Hello, everybody. Today we will be talking about love triangles. I just finished up rewatching Dawson's Creek, which I think has started everyone's love for love triangles. I originally, when the TV series first came out, I definitely there was no Netflix, there was no way for me to binge watch or to, any episode I missed, you just missed. So I always say, oh, I gotta just sit down one day and I have to watch it from season one, episode one, all the way through. And so glad I did, because it was so many episodes that I never saw, and so much content that I've forgotten all these years. So it really inspired me to discuss love triangles. If you have read my book series, Virtues Academy, you'll know that I do enjoy the trope. I do enjoy writing love triangles, and actually, if you seen my last two videos, you'll see that I'm actually working on a new adult novel which has a love triangle in that novel as well. So I'm definitely a fan of writing it and reading it. This video will just talk, discuss, comment your favorite love triangles. Let's see if we have the same love triangles. I don't know if I want to put them in order, because there's so many that I do enjoy. Just well, number one of all time, from the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Spike, the love triangle between Spike, Buffy, and Angel. Definitely always picked Spike, even in the very beginning before he wasn't there. I didn't like Angel's character. I didn't like him and Buffy together. In the beginning, I definitely was more cynical. I was like, okay, he's cute, but no, she needs to be, either their business partners, or she needed to stake him. And my whole professional attitude, like, no, you're the Slayer, he's vampire, definitely changed when Spike came into the picture. So I will say I was a hypocrite, but definitely my obsession was Spike, and that TV show was my obsession growing up. So I have to put them number one. And then the other ones I'm going to list. I'll try not to put them in order. So, of course, I just watched Dawson's Creek. So they are, of course, also on the list. Pacey, Joey, and Dawson. I rooted for Pacey the whole time. I like Dawson. He is a good character. I definitely liked his character more as the seasons got on, more so the late seasons. Um, Great character, great depth. He was written very well. It's just that I didn't like the fact that he seemed to use her as a crutch, and he took so long to realize his feelings for her. And it's like, okay, no, I wanted better for her. Even though watching it now as an adult, her character annoyed me very, very much, to the point where I didn't want her to be with any of them because I was just waiting for her to get her mind together and figure out what she wanted. She was almost like Buffy to me. Buffy as well. She just couldn't make up her own mind. She was just so fickle, going back and forth, like, oh, I'm not ready. And, then both of those characters seemed like they were stringing along both of anytime they had a love interest, it seemed like they both wasn't all the way committed. And they could easily, well, more so Joey, they could easily just move on to the next boy so fast. So, yeah, definitely went for Spike, went for Pacey. Might see a trend of the bad boy character, but they portrayed as the bad boy character, but really on the inside they're just all gooey. They treat you right. And Angel, it was, he was sweet. Okay, he's sweet, but he knew better. He just didn't seem like he was in love with Buffy in the same way Spike was, and for the right reasons. I definitely believe Spike had the most healthiest relationship. And I know some people are going to say, "Oh no, it's impossible." They, in the beginning, it was all about sex. It can even have been, emotionally and physically violent. And I know a lot of people always blame Spike, but Buffy was the one who initiated the violence all the time, initiated the verbal and physical abuse. And I know people say, "Oh, they deny it," but I think a lot of people deny it so much because they think there's this idea that women are so innocent, women can't be abusers, and that's not the case. I always remember this scene where, she's walking, she's upset, and they are, I think it was a college campus or something where they was outdoors, and he was just, doing his usual sad puppy, following her around. Oh, I'm so lovesick. And for no reason, she just starts beating the crap out of him, and he just takes it. He's just laying there taking it. And she beats him so bad that as a vampire who heals quicker than a human, he's all bruised up and beaten up, and it hasn't healed. And it's like, seriously, y'all? Y'all keep saying, "Oh, it's Spike." Spike is the bad guy. The whole relationship is toxic, and he's toxic. Takes two. It was both of them. But anyway, but their relationship, it has its up and downs, but just like these other relationships that I'm mentioning, they had a lot of development, and they didn't just get together or get back together and it was just no positive reason. Moving on, from the TV show One Tree Hill, Brooke, Peyton, and Lucas. I definitely was a Lucas fan, more so than a Nathan fan. It's just, I think he was one of the ones that I'm like, oh, he's not portrayed as the bad guy, he's the good guy, and I went for him. So even though I picked Spike and Pacey right from the get go, I do enjoy the boy next door, this sweet guy. Lucas was definitely my number one character in that TV show, and I always wanted him to get with Peyton, but again, watching it as an adult, my opinions of the characters definitely changed. When I was younger, I was just like, oh, he's so awesome, and his relationship with Peyton is so awesome and so good. But it's like, nah, but all the three of them were, it seemed like a lot of love interests are just, it has a toxic aspect, I guess, because a lot of these characters initially are teenagers, so they have that, they don't have always the maturity that they should. So so yeah, One Tree Hill also, when that came out, loved the show. And again, I'm not going in order of favorites, because I really, some of these I try to go in, some of them I try to go in order, but then I just got confused. Like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer #1, Dawson's Creek #2, but then after that, it was just too hard. So the next one is from a book series, Keishel's Legacy series. It's going to be kind of difficult trying to explain myself because I was trying really hard to think of a solid reason, and I admit that I went for the bad character this time, and they are a bad character. I have no excuse. So I chose Fadri, if I'm pronouncing these names correctly. Fadri, Miss Sandy, and Jocelyn. So those three. Uh, that if anyone who follows me knows that my favorite book series of all time is Keisha's Legacy, and my favorite, book is within that series. Book 2 is my favorite um, book. So you'll have to excuse me. I am biased, and I know Miss Sandy. If I'm again, if I'm pronouncing her name right, she's not a good character. She's when we first are introduced to her, she's this older character. I think she might. Well, you know what? It's been so long. I can't remember their age difference, but there is an age difference. So off the bat, her relationship with Fadri is just nowadays. I don't even know if you know. It was years ago when that book first came out. I don't know how it would have been received by critics. But it is it's taboo because their age difference is very is very different. And then she is very conniving, manipulative. She but she's so bad that it's good. And um ugh, I can't explain myself. Her character is just that awesome that she made me fall in love with her. So I'm on her side. You know, don't judge me. I know a lot of y'all, the ones who be loving Klaus Michelson and all these other horrifically horrible characters, be murderous and killing people, and you're like, oh, but they like this person, and oh, they're cute and hot, so we give them a pass. She's gonna be my pass, okay? She's my pass. Next is Vampire Diaries. So book and television. Damon, Elena, and Stefan. Once again, I went for Damon all the time. Stefan, I like Stefan and Elena. Initially, it was fine, but I never really rooted for them, and I felt that it was just safe for her, and he helped her get through some stuff. Her parents, losing her parents, and it was just a little almost like a crutch. I felt that way about Joey and Dawson as well, that it was more so like a safety blanket, that toy from your childhood that you just kind of you don't use anymore, and but you don't want to throw away. Like in Toy Story, when you saw that Andy wouldn't get rid of Woody, like, oh no, like I'm not playing with him anymore, and he could bring happiness to some other kid, but it's just a sentimental value and that attachment. I think that happened with Joey Dawson, and then Elena and Stefan. I just think it was more so of a safety blanket. I don't think it was like they were really in love. But yeah, I rooted for Damon. So moving on, one of my favorite movies, Sweet Home Alabama. Jake, Melanie, and Andrew. I definitely went for Jake, dog lovers. But he was so sweet and charming and handsome. And Andrew was cute too. I like that. I like the actor. But it was something about, and okay, Jake could, I just did a whole little rant about safety nets and stuff like that. Jake was her childhood boyfriend, but oh, that quote went in the in the beginning when he kisses her when they're a kid, and look at me, I'm blushing right now. It was just that scene. I don't even care what Jake did probably after that, because that scene just it grabbed my heart, and it didn't let go throughout the whole movie. Just in case you all haven't seen it, I won't say the quote, but it makes me swoon even now just thinking about. I can vividly see that scene when they was a kid and he first kisses her, and then at the end of the movie when back in okay. I'm getting all girly and giddy. Okay. Okay, the last one, The Notebook. Everybody, well, everybody should. Everybody loves The Notebook. So, Noah and Allie, and then Lon, I haven't pronounced his name. Obviously, since I don't remember how to pronounce his name, you can guess who I was choosing. So, Noah and Allie, I love their characters, love their relationship. Definitely was voting for them. So, some notable mentions, just before I go into some of the personal love triangles that I have written. Notable mentions, I'll say The Half of It. If you have not seen that on Netflix, it is such a great rom-com. It's a great romance comedy movie, and I definitely was very, very satisfied that I clicked on it. Definitely was like skeptical. I was like, but I was feeling like a light movie. I think I was doing some reading or doing something. I was like, I don't know what to watch. I don't really want to pay too much attention. Let me just click on this. It seems like it's going to be kind of light. But I definitely put my focus. My focus was quickly put in. And the movie, I love the movie. I hope they're if they do a part 2 or a sequel, that'd be awesome. But I laughed. I was his emotions. It was a very nice movie. So with that movie, to be very honest, I can't say who I rooted for because it was hard. The main triangle is Ellie, Paul, and Aster, and I just liked all three of the characters, Ellie and Paul, and I know they didn't get together. I know Ellie is in love with Aster, and that's not the point. The point is that I enjoyed the characters so much that when Paul started to, well, if you didn't see the movie, I really I liked Ellie with Paul or with Aster, so I was rooting for her to be with one of them because I really enjoyed it. And then that scene when Paul was running beside the train. I like Paul. And then another honorable mention. Pearl Harbor. Love that movie. Kate Beckinsale. I can't say it. It's ain't. I don't care what the movie was about. I was kind of rooting for Danny, but towards the end, I felt sad about what happened. But I was kind of like, dang, Danny, come on, man, you can't. It's too soon, bros. Before, come on, man. But I couldn't get mad at that movie or any of the characters involved in the triangle. It was so awesome. But then the ending when the character, y'all know who I'm talking about, ends up with Nurse Lieutenant Evelyn. I'm like, seriously? So we just switching out? We just gonna keep switching? Really? So I wasn't a fan of the love triangle. I didn't really root for anybody, so that's why they on the honorable mention. But because it's Kate Beckinsale in there, it had to be on the list. And then lastly, oh no, two more. The Princess Bride. And then City of Bones is a novel. If you haven't read it, you might know the TV show called Shadow Hunters. So that's what the TV show was based off of, and it was also a movie. So with that love triangle, again, I didn't care either way, but and I didn't finish reading it or finish watching the series, so I'm just gonna honorable mention. I don't really know exactly what to say about it because I haven't finished watching it, and I don't think I should give too much comment if I haven't actually seen it. But I will say her best friend, whatever the guy's name is, the character's name for the main girl's best friend, he is hot. I mean, for me, he is better looking than the blonde guy, the character that she's all, oh, he's so hot. I know they're supposed to be a thing, but that best friend. And then I think, did he become a vampire? I gotta finish that. I gotta finish watching it. I think, I don't know, you all tell me in the comments, did he become a vampire? Because that's going to be even more hot. I don't know what she was thinking. He all in love with her. Shit, if he was, I know he probably geeky and dorky, but if he looked like that, he ain't gonna be just my best friend. He ain't gonna be in the friend zone. But okay, I moving on. So those are the love triangles that I really enjoy. And I know some people kind of say, okay, love triangles are kind of over with, but if they are done right, I will always read a good love triangle. So if you all I have so much to catch up on, watch Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all that stuff. I definitely have too much. I wouldn't say recommend me too many movies and TV shows, but definitely books. Recommend me some good love triangle stories. I definitely, if they're written well and it's not, I'm not going to say not young adult novels, because I know most of them might be a young adult novel. So just give me your recommendations. Tell me who is your favorite love interest. Oh no, not love interest. Tell me your favorite love triangle, and then also recommend to me and everybody else who watches a great novel that has a good love triangle in it. And so to wrap up, I'm going to talk about the love triangle in my book that I wrote, because even though people, I did get nervous when I wrote in my novel, because I was like, some people are tired of love triangles. It's always there. It seems every book with, oh, wait a minute, I forgot Riverdale. Oh, see, that's why I didn't want to put the stuff in order. I forgot Riverdale. Archie and Betty. Oh, okay. Excuse this video that's not. As you can see, my videos are just going to be just at random. Okay, I forgot about Riverdale. So dang. Okay, they're not a honorable mention because I really like them. I really like that TV show. I know they're comics, because I like the TV show so much. I was thinking about reading the comics. So all right, we're gonna put that as, oh, I have to think about it because I say I'm not doing it in order. So I'm adding Riverdale on, and I really am rooting for Archie and Betty. even though I am not a fan of Archie, I'm a fan of their relationship. I know it sounds crazy. I don't like Archie, but I'm a fan of their relationship just because I think they work together very well. They fit very well. But the only thing I don't like is, I don't know if it's in the comics this way. I don't know if it's only the TV writers wanting to create drama, but Archie's character is a jerk a lot of times. And you all, I don't want to hear it. He can be a jerk. He is like the last he, gosh, the way he bounces back and forth. And I know it takes two to tango. I know the women are accomplices, but the way he bounces back and forth so easily, it's like, how can you say you all, oh, I'm so in love, and oh, Veronica, I'm just in love with you, blah 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 blah, and then he goes and get with Betty that fast. Like, really? And her too, because Veronica ended up kissing. Soon as both of them break up, they over here kissing other people that fast. Like, how were you so in love? They ain't no Dawson, Joey, and Pacey, because when they break up, they over here all sad and they take a little moment. I mean, I know they get together with other people, but at least give yourself some days, some weeks, something. Okay, let me transition to my own book. Okay, we transitioning. Darkness Awaits is my most recent book in the Virtuous Academy series. And the, well, it's not really the first book, but depending on fans, I know with the beta readers, based on the beta readers and the book reviews, it seems like there's maybe 2 love triangles going on. The first one is between, oh, actually, maybe more than 2. It depends on how you look at it. In the book, you have Alexandra Aurelius, Natalie King, and Rachel. I didn't give her a last name, but that's like the more, probably the more official love triangle between those 3 characters. And then the other one, which based on feedback, I would say is probably a love triangle, but they aren't together. Well, okay, I guess, yeah, because somebody can break up and get back. Okay. So the other triangle, which started from the very first book, is Alexandra Aurelius, Natalie King, and Eleanor. And I did give Eleanor a last name, but I forgot it. And I don't want to be messing up the screen and knock something over. So those 2. And then the last one I'm mentioning, I guess it's more so honorable mention, because based on some of the beta readers really enjoyed one of the moments between Hamilton and Natalie. So I will say beginning in the second book and probably the third book, the other love triangle is between Natalie King, Marcus Hamilton, and Alexandra Aurelius. So in the Virtuous Academy series so far, we have 3 love triangles, which is weird. But it's all between, as you can tell, the 2 main characters. So it's Alexandra Aurelius and Natalie King, the 2 main witches, 2 main characters. And it's really just their relationship, their friendship, and their relationship later on. And then those who they are with before and after each other, and possibly in between. Read the book. And I didn't really mean right away. I didn't write the book with the mindset of oh my goodness. Wait, the first book, because I have this here, so I'm forgetting. In the very first book, there is a love triangle in the very first book that I wrote that I'm skipping over. In the very first book, Strange Things Await, the character Natalie King is with, well, the book's been out. If it's a spoiler, just go read it. You'll still enjoy the relationships and what happened and why they got together and what happens to them. So Natalie King and her professor. So that's another trope, I guess, right there. Student-teacher relationships. So Natalie King and her professor, her teacher, get together in secret. They have a relationship, and for whatever reason, during that time, she also ends up kissing and gets into a friends with benefits relationship with Eleanor. And it was wild. Sometimes these characters really, when you are writing, authors, you know this, when you're writing something, sometimes you have your notes all good, you have your outline, but the characters, they'll take over. And I wanted their the first interaction with Eleanor and aka Ella, and Natalie King, aka Nat. So Nat and Ella, when they played that game at the party and they were there to kiss the very first time, it was supposed to be, for me as a writer, it was supposed to be like, oh, it's playful, people and the readers might think, oh, Natalie's just kind of quiet, she's not really the party girl, she don't really go out. I'm like, y'all don't know her. She enjoys a challenge, she'll take a challenge. And also just wanted to show how her trauma that summer before the school semester started, how her mind is just, she's very on a rocky path right now, and just she has a lot of emotional trauma due to her father dying and seeing his dead body in a very gruesome manner. So, but yeah, I didn't plan for them to have too many scenes together, but I ended up enjoying the journey of writing them, that I just developed their relationship as a friends with benefits relationship. But then there was also the teacher still in the midst. So it was very interesting trying to balance and be honest with the twisted situation and just be genuine at the same time, and not be afraid to write the drama and to write the pain of the situation, because love triangles aren't going to be all rainbows and so definitely that love triangle was very interesting to write. It was difficult to write just because I wanted to stay focused on the importance of what Natalie finds out through her relationship with the teacher. But I didn't want to completely sideline her relationship with Ella, because one, I was afraid that what is it called, gay baiting or something like that. I didn't want this character that I'm writing as a bisexual character to be currently with a man, but then is hooking up with this woman, young girl, and it being portrayed to the readers as, oh, she just doing this for fun, or oh, the author is just writing this to either shove it down our throats, or the author is writing this just as like a gay baiting thing, and it's really not her true identity, and it's not it's something more so, oh, is Ella the lesbian over here being a home wrecker, and is she, you know, manipulating, is she you know, getting in Nat's head? Like, no, it's, they have true feelings for each other. You can, the character is bisexual. She can be with a woman or a man if she chooses to. It's her choice. And at the time, she was not looking for a relationship because she was just so messed up. She was focused on finding her father's killer. So that love triangle, it was very purpose-filled with her and the professor. But I also didn't want to make Ella unimportant, you know? Even though I didn't really plan for them to have many scenes together, that development of their relationship really was enjoyable for me as a writer, because I had to learn how to let the character speak and not force things in order to move the story. So when I'm thinking of the characters, and this is one thing why I'm always pushing to develop your characters as much as you can before you start writing. I'll have pages and pages of character details before I start writing. And this is why, because a lot of times you can be so focused on the story and what you already have set in your mind that you forget that this character will respond this way, this character will feel this way. So you should base this scene, the flow of what's going on, based on what that character would do and feel, not change things based on, oh, I need to hurry up and make sure the readers understand this point. They know where we are going, this direction. It's like, no, let the character speak and let the scene speak as a not a sidekick to the character, but character first is always my motto. So that love triangle obviously didn't last very long because it was not very good. The relationships were not positive. You know, the professor student, come on now, that can't last. And then the Natalie with Eleanor, Nat and Ella, that didn't work because Nat was also seeing the professor. So it's like everything was so twisted. So moving on to so that was the official love triangle. So then the next one was Natalie, Alex, Alexandra, and Rachel. So those three. Rachel comes in later on, much later on, towards the end of the first book. And she's Alex's new girlfriend, and, you know, Nat and Ella are like best friends, and, you know, that can really, that can really throw a wrench in things. Once again, I watched Dawson's Creek last night. So if, like Pacey, Joey, and Dawson, it's probably not the best. What? No, it is the best example based on book 2. So Joey and Dawson are best friends. They're best friends. So just like Nat and Alex are best friends, here comes, you know, one of them has to eventually get a girlfriend, boyfriend, and just that dynamic of, wait a minute, why? And it's very hard for two people to be so intertwined, and then the other one tries to get a relationship, because then that new person's like, man, y'all too close. Something going on. Something must be going on. But a lot of times it takes outside people to help you see what's right in front of you. And so yeah, I would definitely I'm definitely thinking more so Dawson's Creek when I'm thinking about those three. But in book 2, the relationship continues. Rachel and Alex, their relationship continues. And I'm not a fan of Rachel, even though I wrote her, but I like her relationship with Alex, what that did for Alex's character, how that improved Alex and helped her, and just Rachel's just loyalty, her honesty. Well, her loyalty, yeah, okay. Now her loyalty, y'all read the book, okay. She's not loyal. That chick is for the streets. But just the way that she had Alex back, I'll say it that way. I really Nat and Alex, a lot of times Nat was they're just other sides, light, dark, and a lot of times Natalie really couldn't stand by Alex's side all the time. But Rachel was always there, like, shoot, if Alex want to go burn down orphanage, Rachel will be right there, like, all right, girlfriend, I'm with you. So I did enjoy some aspects of Rachel and how she helped. She had a part in Alex's growth, so I enjoyed that. But definitely in book 2, there was a lot of drama between the three, because Rachel was just determined, and she just could not get through to Alex originally that, look, you are in love with your best friend. Like, maybe you can't see it right now, but I see it. And it was just drama. It was, but if you read book 2, you know that spoiler alert, if you need, count to 30 or something so you won't hear. Okay. Alex and Natalie do get together, so I guess in a way Rachel was right all along. But I don't like to say it, even though I am the author. I don't like her that much. So you have that love triangle, which is my favorite love triangle, those 3 characters. But based on very last love triangle, it's an honorable mention, and I'll wrap up this video. The love triangle between Alex, Natalie, and Hamilton. So in book 2, you'll see that Hamilton and Natalie, they start getting close. They're friends. They enter a business partnership, and they're friends now. But that friendship can be, I don't know. When you're around somebody a lot of times, and when you're both kind of high energy, very free with yourself, sometimes things can happen. And it definitely was another scene that I did not plan on writing at all. If you all knew what I had planned for almost the chapter or 2 before that, and throughout the rest of the book, you all would have been like, what the hell? It was completely different. I originally, for those who Well, actually, if you even only read the first book, initially I had Natalie and Eleanor get back together in book 2. Oh, that might be a spoiler that you know now that they. Okay, so instead of the scene with Natalie and Hamilton, it was some scene material for Natalie and Eleanor, and it was I just couldn't do it. After I wrote that scene with Hamilton, which again I did not plan. Um, After I wrote that and I kept writing, and by the time I took a break and I was sleeping on it, I was like, I didn't plan on writing. I was like, ooh, this is good. This is a good scene. This is awesome. This serves a purpose that I didn't even think about. I was considering to take it out. I'm glad I didn't, because a lot of beta readers were like, oh, I love Hamilton. Oh, I was so surprised what happened to him and Natalie. If this turns into a TV show, his character will be everyone's favorite. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me leave it. But the drama, I was going to have Ella and Natalie get back, well, not in a relationship. I wasn't going to have them get into a serious relationship, which is why I did not write the scene where they ended up hooking up, but then it was a moment where Natalie says Alex's name instead of Ella's name. And it was commotion and drama. And that was going to be the way of Alex finding out about Natalie's feelings, and how the readers were really going to find out Natalie's feelings for Alex. So it was a tough decision, because I wrote a lot of material around that, and I wrote a lot of conflict and avenue for growth between characters' relationships and make them closer, all around that moment. But I didn't end up doing it, mainly because I felt that even though it was a way to build drama and in the end, stronger relationships between the characters, and for the readers and for the characters to find out Natalie's true feelings, it just didn't feel right to use Ella's character as a plot tool, just to serve something that could be told in a different way. I I really thought, oh yeah, they'll at the end, they'll get back. Everybody will be so connected, drama, scars, but then people will find their way back to each other. But I'm like, why am I messing up Eleanor's and Alex, everybody's relationship? And it just seems like Eleanor has a hard time, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that to Eleanor. I can't have Ella, who already was in love with Nat. That would be, it would be so hard. As a reader, I was like, no, you cannot write this, because I don't understand how you, Miss Author, are going to repair that type of relationship, that friendship between Nat and Ella. How are you going to have Nat say somebody else's name while they're, supposed to be, making love, tricking Ella, and have her do that and break Ella's heart once again? How can you honestly repair, not just do some magic tricks with your pen? How can you make an honest repair in one novel of Ella's and Nat's relationship? How can you repair their relationship that fast? And not only that, why would Ella stay around? You know, why would she keep being friends with these group of people who aren't being real friends, you know? So it just it felt like a moment where my author brain and reader brain were, you know, just in battle, and my reader's brain won, because a lot of times as an author you're just thinking about, you're not thinking all the way, you're just writing and creating these things. But then when you think about the characters and you try to think real life and you try to read, like, wait a minute, will I believe that if I'm reading it? Would that be believable to me that in one chapter this huge thing happened, but then a couple of chapters later, or by the end of the book, even by the end of the book, will I believe that this character can forgive and not be scarred and hurt? So I skipped over that. So by the end of book 2, there are no official love interests anymore. I mean, no official love triangles anymore in the last by the end of the book, Darkness Awaits. So that is it for this video. I will talk about love triangles again when I get further along with my new novel that is a romance, werewolf, kind of urban fantasy novel. So it's going to be there will be another video soon about love triangles. But wrapping up, comment, tell me your favorite love triangles and book, movie, TV show. And also give me some book recommendations that have great love triangles so I can read and give reviews and post them up. Okay.